Good afternoon, folks. Okay, so just a few things to talk about um, this afternoon. Number one, Fever versus Storm tonight, 7 o'clock. Every game from here on out is critical. Every game should be viewed as a playoff game. No, Caitlin Clark is not playing in tonight's game. Okay. It has been repeatedly stated by the Fever organization that she needs some time in practice with the team before a return to the floor. Okay. It has been stated once you see her in those practices, you will know she's coming back. Okay. We don't have a timeline. We don't have any indication of when that will be. So, as much as people say, she was out there on the floor with the second team during warm-ups the other day, that does not matter, frankly, okay? Caitlin Clark is going to be eased back into basketball, okay? She has been rehabbing an injury, not getting into game shape. There's a very, very, very big difference between rehabbing an injury and being in game shape, okay? This is why they say several practices with the team first. I will say this again. The season doesn't end till September 9th. We will see where this goes. If there is a setback, we may not see Caitlin Clark. I can't say that. But as of right now, she is not being held out for the season. That's where we are with this. That's all everybody needs to know. No matter what anyone else is telling you, no one's got a goddamn crystal ball out there. Okay? That's number one. Number two, Nike dropped Caitlin Clark's new logo. And there are several videos out there of the introduction of Caitlin Clark's new logo. I'm going to show you one. And then what I will do is put the other videos. One is on TikTok. It's excellent. The other one is just a Nike video on YouTube that's also excellent. I will put them in the description of this video. You either just hit more or scroll down and you will see all my commentary that's under every video. All of that stuff is always in there. I will also put this under the posts section of the channel. So if you go to the channel's front page, you'll see a bunch of things across the top. When you see posts, I put a lot of cool stuff in there. I will put those in there also. Now, it's funny because I saw a post on, I believe it might have been Instagram, that says, "No wonder it took you so long to do this. It's awesome." Okay, so let me explain to you that we have been seeing multiple talking heads posting about how Nike is doing Caitlin Clark wrong by not rolling out her stuff faster. I've got to tell you something. I've got to tell you something. I spent 35 years in marketing and advertising, okay? You don't roll everything out all at once. Caitlin Clark is a $28 million contract with Nike that covers several years. You don't simply flood the zone with everything because that's meaningless. People don't have the time to absorb any of that when you do that. Okay? That's not what marketing is. Marketing is a planned process. And it takes a long time to create a logo. And the reason it takes a long time to create a logo is there are a lot of people to please. There is an approval process, and one of the key people in the approval process would be Caitlin Clark. So people need to understand what marketing is before they go out there and start shooting their mouths off about how Nike is letting her down. Caitlin Clark signed a contract. She is perfectly capable, and her management team is perfectly capable of handling this without any talking heads being involved in this process at all, okay? Wilson has rolled out the basketballs, but that's not all she has from Wilson. This is a staged process. Gatorade has several ads for Caitlin Clark, but she's got a contract over several years. There will be more coming. And Caitlin Clark will have even more sponsors at some point. So everyone just needs to chill out and relax. Nike knows what it's doing. All right? It's been doing this for a very long time without any of the geniuses on YouTube telling them what they're doing right or wrong. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. So let me show you this. Excellent. And I honestly, I had the other two. I had not seen this until today, until this afternoon, just before I came on. And as you can see, this is just on a loop. It's going to keep playing wherever it is. That's pretty cool. And that's a very, very cool logo, I have to say. So that's what I got this afternoon. I will be back after the game tonight, and we will see how this goes. But every game now is critical. And again, I want to remind everybody out there that the video I put out there this morning was just about how to pressure the league, about the referee situation, okay? Look, the fans need to be heard, okay? It's as simple as that. We've, as I've said, we've had the teams, we've had the players, we've had the coaches, and they continue to complain, but the fans need to be heard as well. What is going on here is not okay, and it's now not just Caitlin Clark, okay? There are other players being injured. And anytime the league thinks that the WWE approach to basketball is going to attract people, we need to make sure they understand it's not. It's turning people off. One other comment. The collective bargaining agreement. Everybody's panicking because, you know, we could be locked out on the 31st of October. The last collective bargaining agreement, they signed a 60-day agreement to continue until it was reached. It is not beneficial for either the players or the league to have a lockout. I don't believe it will come to that. Okay, so everybody needs to just relax about that. And frankly, the only face-to-face meeting that they had was during the All-Star game, not the optimum place to have a face-to-face meeting. And no union should accept the first offer from any corporate entity. And that's what the Indiana Fever is. That's what the WNBA is. That's what every single team in the league is. So there needs to be a serious face-to-face contract with no distractions, like the All-Star game, involved in this. That was a precursor to anything serious. We couldn't even consider that serious. Finally, the notion that the WNBA is trying to wipe out Caitlin Clark in favor of Paige Beckers. I have a whole different view on this. Caitlin Clark hasn't been on the floor for the majority of the season, and there is no doubt that while they are breaking records, the WNBA is breaking records in attendance, etc., 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 the missing Caitlin Clark effect is being felt league-wide. They are doing what they need to do to try to keep attendance up by now pumping up Paige Beckers. That's really what's going on here. That's my take on it. You know, the notion that they're elevating Paige Beckers to try to wipe out Caitlin Clark's records, there's no wiping out records. Those are a permanent fixture once they are established. What they're trying to do is provide maximum coverage here so that they don't lose too much viewership because Caitlin Clark is missing. So they're pumping up the next best thing in their minds, which is another guard, which is Paige Becker. She's now the new rivalry for Caitlin Clark. It's not Angel Reese anymore. It's Paige Becker's. This is all part of what we call marketing. Again, let me stress that. So nobody needs to worry because Paige Beckers, while she's an excellent basketball player, is no Caitlin Clark. She is not the primary premier guard in the league. Caitlin Clark remains just exactly that. And when she returns to the court in a serious fashion, and when she returns to the court next year and blows the doors off the league, everyone will understand just exactly that. So that's what I've got for now. I will be back after the game tonight. You guys have a great evening. Go Fever. Keep your fingers crossed. Let's bring this one home.